Darkstar Archangel back again with another update for RollerCoaster Tycoon World. Now I know I'm late to upload this video, but that's because I had some of my wisdom teeth removed sometime around when Atari put up blog number 12, but now I'm all good. The next blogs I'm about to go over are blogs number 12, 13, and 14, and thankfully they're much bigger than the last ones because they contain vital information that we wanted to hear. And they have new screenshots that I will scrutinize later. They also announced the name of the new development team, so here we go. Blog number 12, first couple of paragraphs. This blog is to introduce our new developer, Invisio Creations. They have created great content. They are responsible for the work in the previous screenshots. Since blog 6, we wanted to keep their name secret for them to focus on creating the hard work. Now, as heartwarming as it is to see the name of the new development team, I have one simple question. Who's Invisio? In fact, I looked up Invisio Creations on Google, and just like Area 52, there is no Wikipedia page on them. I guess they're probably more obscure than Area 52 because I tried to look into what games they've made, and they're obscure as well. I mean, again, probably a low-budget company who wanted to work for a publisher because Atari can't hire any moderately known development teams, but I shouldn't talk about that too much. Next paragraph. The team has responded to the fans with the enhanced graphics from the last screenshot, and they are preparing for the next great installment. Full in-game RollerCoaster Tycoon World screenshot below. Curved paths and other things revealed. This blog is just an introduction. More will be revealed later. Give feedback to our team and we are happy to communicate. Alright, since that's all said and done, let's go to the screenshot. Now I see that they heard our voice. The paths are curved. Next thing I really want to see, and I'm not the only one who says this, but I hope we could also edit the thickness of the paths. And I hope the curved mechanic also serves for the Q line paths as well. Now as I look at the background again, I can see that the mountains look like they are physically part of the map rather than a box. I hope the only skybox part is the sky itself. Anyway, the background looks great. The only things in this screen cap that don't look right are two things, the roller coaster and the roller coaster station. For one thing, the roller coaster track doesn't look thick enough. It looks a little small by this perspective. The station's supports aren't shown on the other side of the station, but that's the least thing that bothers me. I hope we're able to change and decorate the station as we want it to be. Another thing unique about this is the entrance and the exit. There's paths between the entrance/exit and the ride station itself. I hope we're able to customize that as well. Another thing about the roller coaster is that I barely see any slanted helix turns, but then again this is just to show everyone the content we should see in the game. But it would be really great if it was actually professionally made so that the audience would have a massive appeal. Now that blog number 12 is done, let's move on to blog number 13. Now you guys may think this blog will have some exciting things on it, but unfortunately it doesn't because 1. It doesn't have a screenshot, and 2. Most of the blog has nothing to do with the in-game features of RollerCoaster Tycoon World, except at the very bottom of the blog. We're going to skip the first paragraph because it just says thanks for the updates and feedback. We will just move on to the second paragraph and go through it. Our gamers want to expand in the community forums and our website. Here are our upcoming features. Groups for chatting and collaborations of certain topics. Albums for screenshot management and sharing. Similar threads for related topics. Search improvement, also for the related topics. Threaded/hybrid thread displays with new content layouts. Read posts tracked between devices like mobile phones. See that, everyone? Just website features for the RollerCoaster Tycoon community, nothing about the game. Then this paragraph just talks about volunteer moderators to manage the RollerCoaster Tycoon forums. And now we get to the roadmap section of the blog, which lists Atari's upcoming plans with Invisio. This is partially related to the RollerCoaster Tycoon World game. The 5 things in this list are upcoming art blog, pictures from concept art to in-game snapshots. Gamescom. Atari will attend an announcement in Gamescom of Germany in the beginning of August, and will show RollerCoaster Tycoon World gameplay footage. Okay, now that is something I like to hear. Actually being able to see new gameplay footage in a conference is exciting. Let's hope that they actually keep their promises this time. Steam page and website changes in content and updates. I think that means that they're going to replace all of the old RollerCoaster Tycoon World screenshots with new ones and add the new gameplay footage, and hopefully they will also upload a new trailer without ever showing some live action footage, which definitely teases the audience. They should have their full honesty with us after that last backlash they got. Speaking of which, if you look at the official RollerCoaster Tycoon World video page, you can see that the bad gameplay teaser has vanished. They realized how bad it was, so they removed it. Next one, Atari will be present at PAX Prime at the end of August to share more info. And lastly, the obvious, more blog posts. Now, I'm not interested in the community updates, but I am fond of some of the roadmap announcements of Atari making promises to show more content during the 2 events that they should be present in. So everyone should have a heads up with Atari on this. Now, I'm not done with this blog yet. Here's the bottom of the blog, and it's probably my favorite part of the blog. They announce a feature that me and plenty of other fans wanted to see. RollerCoaster Tycoon World will offer user-generated content with Steam Workshop at day 1. This is very heartwarming, and I'm glad that they have announced this feature in the blog, and I hope that people with custom-made content also allow other people to download such content if they go into another person's server, much like Gary's mod. This is about it for blog 13. And last but not least, I get to blog number 14, which got released just recently. Now, to me, this is much better than the last 2 blogs because this actually shows much more content and certain possibilities with the next game, and it also shows programming screenshots. Now, I'm only going to go through the 2 main paragraphs of this blog and sum up the rest of the blog. First paragraph. This blog will have something different. We will show a development process explained by one of our senior artists of Envisio. Steph will show how the team creates coasters, rides, and etc. This will also inspire our fans to create their own works in the Steam Workshop. Before that, we have an update on the status of development. The development team is getting ready to finish a build to prepare for a reveal at Gamescom next week. Alright, as promised, as they said in their last blog, and by looking at the content further down, this may prove right. Now let's view the content. Now this is what you call development concept. The rest of the blog just shows the process of the flat ride called the Twister. Alright, as I said before, I'm not going to read through any of the text because it basically explains the whole process. The concept art, modeling, mechanics, coloring, texturing, and etc. They really modeled the ride very well. If I can see correctly, we should customize the color palette of the rides. And are we able to have each car as a different color on a single ride? Because in RollerCoaster Tycoon 3, I was disappointed how all the trains and cars in a single ride had to be fixed into a single color set. Even RollerCoaster Tycoon 1 and 2 had that different color set feature for the trains and cars. Especially when I look at this screenshot, the 3 sectors of cars are colored differently, so that gives me a great hint about it. That's about it for the 3 newest blogs. As we can clearly see, Atari and the new developers are doing and showing hard work and announcement meetings. They must be doing all this after they saw their competitors come into the light. Speaking of which, I went and checked Planet Coaster to see if they had any new updates, and I got nothing. It has been over a month since they released their trailer. So right now it looks like Atari is really stepping up their game and showing their promises for the big event at Gamescom. Anyway, that is it for this video. This is Darkstar Archangel, and I hope all of you in this game have an extraordinary, successful future.